Hello Guardians, it is Crimson Days time once again. Love is in the air, a new song is in the tower, we've got decorations and everything is abound with the Valentine's festivities. So, all that being said, it is Weekly Reset in the week of Destiny 2 for February 12th, and thank you guys for tuning in to this Weekly Reset. So, we're going to cover the basic director stuff, but we're going to spend some time at Shaxx to go over the bounties and things that he's got, see what Ada's weapon frames are, and then, of course, as always, go check on Spider and Petra for their pieces of the Weekly Reset. But I know Crimson Days is the big one, so before I get into any of this, I do want to say, Crimson Days is where you can get the Vow. It is a bow that is solar. There's no other place to get a solar bow besides Last Wish. So, the other piece about this is it is 650. Doesn't matter what expansions you have or anything else, you can get a 650 solar bow. So my advice, if you don't do much else in the week of Destiny, or you've got Anthem barking at your heels, which early access starts on Thursday afternoon, Friday morning, spend these couple days, do a little PvP, do a duo Nightfall, and we'll talk about how to get that. But the bow is your main reward that you're going to probably want. Everything else, I think, is mostly cosmetics. But the bow, a solar energy bow, definitely one you're going to want to pick up. So let's start with the director and get into this weekly reset. Alright Guardians, to get started, Tangled Shore is actually going to be your flashpoint, which is always quite a bit of fun because your heroic adventure is actually usually the adventures you did against all of the barons. So, depending on if you're missing either, the emblem from the... I cannot even remember the guy with the Ascendant Realm. That one where you get that secret emblem. If you're missing any specific pieces of gear from any of these guys, check out which adventure is up each day because they should rotate through most of them. And if there's anyone you're missing, definitely jump in and knock out that adventure so you guys can get any, activities, emblems, gear that you might be missing from those collections. But your Ascendant, not Ascendant, your Flashpoint will be here, so definitely your public events, which should be rotating on a decent rotation. Your lost sectors, there's always tons of those as well. So Flashpoint in the Tangled Shore, kind of a nice break from the usual planets. Next, we've got the Vanguard. So you're for your heroic adventures, daily story missions, and your strikes. Your modifiers will be Solar Singe all week long. So some of you guys with your Whispers and Sleepers and stuff like that should enjoy. If you get your new bow, you can check that thing out as well. This is a triple Brawler week, so Tuesday, Friday, and Monday will be Brawler. Heavyweight will be Wednesday and Saturday, and Grenadier will be, Thursday and Sunday. So, watch all of those rotations, depending on if you need to grind out some strikes or anything. Keep those in mind for your rotations. Next, we come to the weekly Nightfalls, and our strikes this week seem to have stayed consistent, as opposed to when I made the video last week. We have the Pyramidion, which is back once again, Tree of Probabilities, and Will of the Thousands. Now, the Pyramidion is where you fight Brachion. He's the one who will actually drop the Sniper, and that one's actually called Silicon Aroma. Then you've got the Tree of Probabilities. That's going to be the hand cannon drop. It's called the DFA. Excuse me. And then Will of the Thousands is going to be the kind of transmat effect, and basically you end up looking like the worm. So, if you're looking for any weapons for your collections, Pyramidion, Silicon Aroma Sniper, and the Tree of Probabilities is going to be that DFA hand cannon. I've got plenty of videos up on these on my channel. I'll probably try and link a couple here in the cards and maybe in the end and then the description so you guys have some videos for guides. If there's any certain Nightfall you guys want to see me run this week, leave the comments down below. I will try and at least get that one posted up first for everybody. Gambit's pretty usual, in case you guys are wondering on that. Just pretty standard daily and weekly pieces. If you guys are looking for... So Escalation Protocol will be the shotgun this week against Nur Abath, and again, shotgun is your only drop at all, so if you guys are missing that one, it's still pretty valuable, so if you don't have it yet, this is your week to grind it out. Now, the big event this week is going to be Crimson Days, which is going to be in the Crucible, so get your Crimson Days playlist. So this is going to be your 2v2 limited time event. You've got your daily and weekly challenges to do anyway, so 5 matches in here. It does have matchmaking, so that will be an option for you if you don't have anybody to pair up with. But running as a 2-pair in these maps that have maybe some size, if you're running by yourself, my advice, you have to stay closer. So if you're close together, your abilities will recharge faster. If you separate too far, you're going to give a waypoint on the map, basically showing your location. So you do want to stick together in this playlist. Even if you're not playing with friends, stick together, and that will help you guys have some success in this one. So we'll talk about the rewards and everything from it, but your Crimson Days playlist, you're probably going to be spending some time in here, so hopefully you guys enjoy it. We're going to check a couple of vendors. We're going to definitely talk to Shaxx about this, and we'll end up in the Dreaming City and Tangled Shore to wrap up a couple bounty checks as well. So here we go to the vendors. First, of course, we got to do Eververse. Alright, Guardians, so this week in Eververse, we do have quite a bit going on. You will get double engrams, so you'll be getting these Crimson engrams, which will be available all week long. So if you get a normal engram, one of these etched ones, you will also get a Crimson one this week as well. So double chances to get some of the rewards. I don't think any of them are too crazy new. I think they brought most of the stuff back from last year. First, we'll start with the Prismatic Matrix. This week we have the Pyrrhic Victory. Basically, it's the emote from the end of The Rock with Nicolas Cage. Great movie, kind of a hilarious emote. I always like that one. And then we have the Tangled Paladin on the Black Talon. Definitely one of the cooler spins on ornaments, makes this thing look completely different. For your specific class sets, you've got Boots for the Hunter, we've got a Titan Mark, and then Warlock Bond. We've got the Brilliant Starfish Shell, we've got the Pillager Ornament, which I don't actually know if I've seen this one. It just kind of looks cool, that green and gold if you like that one. Spinning, you've got your Lost Sector Projection and your Lost Treasure Projection. So make sure for your prismatic facets, you guys are picking up the Rise of the Challenge, so you guys keep getting those, and remember they do cap out at 3. For your Crimson engrams, let's take a look in here. I'll just kind of do some highlights on some of the exotics. We've got the Prometheus Lens Ornament, which is, not sure what I think about that one, that's alright. We've got a Sweet Business Ornament, so go about your business, kind of that green tip, I feel like that's been back before. And the Graviton Lance Ornament definitely gives it that spacious look. That one's probably the coolest of the 3. For our ghosts and emotes, we've got the Heart Sign. I think this is a return, so if you don't have this one yet, definitely one you can get to spread the love. Not really going to go through all the other ones. For your Sparrows, we have the Undefeated Sparrow. Sadly, for an exotic, this one's pretty tame, so nothing amazing going on there. And then, of course, shaders and mods and all that stuff. A couple of the other emotes as well. We have the Vengeful Dance. Kind of like a trippy, not quite thriller, but very strange. Not sure what's happening there. And the Armor Dance, sorry, that's the Love Dance. Well, Happy Dance. So those are actually pretty cool, but yeah, nothing too crazy in the Crimson engram this time around. But if you do want to grind something out, remember they are all on a checklist, so if you're missing something, you should be working your way through those. Do have a couple boxes, the Love Struck bundle. This is going to be a specific emote. This one will be the Tiny Bow. So pull out the little bow and shoot the arrow. It just kind of falls out in front of you. Boop. Nothing big deal, just playing Cupid there for a little bit. Crimson Passion, Shader, and then a couple of Fire Team Medallion. That one is for 1100 silver. I also have the Dress to Thrill bundle. This one is 500 silver. And for the Vow, you get this Shot Through the Heart ornament, which basically gives it the Crimson Days, aesthetic. Other than that, nothing too crazy out here. We've got the Duel emote, which is hilarious, pulling out the metaphorical glove and slapping someone across the face. I think I have nothing else, but basically Robin Hood Men in Tights. Zeus-like physique, couple shaders. You've got the Unsecured Outcry ship, which is cool. The Rustpunk Shell with Treasure Hunter and Omni-Telemetry. If you don't have one with that Treasure Hunter, definitely fairly helpful. We've got the Trust Blind Faith ornament. We've got the Last Word Laconic ornament. If you picked up your gun, you might be able to get that ornament. And other than that, that pretty much wraps it up here. So let's go talk to Shaxx, because he is definitely the man of the week. Alright, so we've got Fire of the Crimson Days. So this is just an emote that you can basically just pick right up. So here we're going to have certain event rewards that you're going to probably want to make note of. Now you've got your different bounties. Each of these are going to be 15 confectionery hearts. 15, 15, 15. So those actually are a pretty good chunk just for doing some of the bounties. And these are daily, so nothing too crazy. Defeat enemies in the Crimson Days playlist. You just got to defeat 22. Complete a story mission in a fire team of 2. Defeat enemies with melee final blows. And then you've got complete any match-made activity, just 2 of them. So basically just playing with people is kind of the key there. This is the big one. 2 to Tango. Complete a Nightfall in a fire team of 2. So not a solo, but a solo guide should help you guys. So you can tune in my channel for those. This is worth 75 confectionery hearts. And this is going to be your biggest leap to try and get some of these rewards. So definitely if you got multiple characters, doing this duo across all of them will serve you very well. So you've got the Terrestrella shell, which is honestly just a big white and red one. Nothing too crazy. The name's harder to pronounce than it looks. We've got the Undeterred Sparrow. Be good if I could talk. Just that exotic one. And here is your winner. You got the Vow. It is a masterwork with draw time. It's a solar bow. And you've got polymer string, so slightly increased accuracy and draw time. Natural fletching, slightly decreased accuracy, but slightly increased stability. So you've got a kind of a balance on the accuracy there. You've got rapid hit. Rapid hit hits temporarily increase the stability and reload speed, so you're going to be pulling this thing really fast with draw time as well. And then Archer's Tempo. Draw time decreases after every precision hit. So basically you're just going to be shooting arrows about as fast as you can pull that trigger if you get all this stuff starting to stack with rapid hit, draw time, Archer's Tempo. This stuff's going to stack pretty interestingly. And with Solar, you may not have like Rampage for that extra damage or anything, but you're going to be pumping out quite a few arrows, and arrows do hit pretty hard. So for a Solar bow that you can get at 650 completely masterworked, kind of hard not to want to do this one. This one is worth 100 confectionery hearts. So if you do the Nightfall and you do 2 bounties, you're done. You've got that one. You've got the only major thing that matters. Next, you've got 125 for the Diesel Punk ornament for the Wardcliff coil. Nothing too crazy here, just you know, little chains, little, you know, what would you call it? Steampunk look to it, but nothing amazing. You do have the Flaunting Dance for 150. So, yeah, just kind of crazy, getting all sassy with it. I feel like that's Beyonce, you know, put a ring on it type thing. I could be wrong, but I feel like that's right. In the Warm-Hearted Gift, extra confection in your hearts, donate them to Lord Shaxx. Chance for enhancement cores, which is a huge one for all. Mods, weapons, gear, and resources. So maybe cores, maybe mods. Those 2 are alone. So if you do play a decent amount of Crucible, and if you don't want some of these cosmetics, especially if you're like, I don't need another Sparrow, I don't need another Shell, you've got your emote maybe, get some of this stuff and see if you can get some extra mods. So you're going to have your normal bounties in Crucible, which you may as well pick up because those might happen anyway. Standard stuff from him here, and then of course number 3. So definitely pick up your bounties, go spend some time. It's match made anyway. You're bound to win or lose some of these things. And then the Nightfall for a 2-person fire team. Definitely look up just some people, try and match make into something, get on LFG. This is just going to be a nice little chunk of 75 hearts. 1 per character, I'm sure, because it is a weekly bounty, but that's a pretty good chunk of hearts if you do that across multiple. So that is pretty much it for Crimson Days. The big one is your bow. Make sure you spend a little bit of time and pick yourself up this Solar bow, because it's a pretty cool one. It is one of the faster draw times, and with all these combo perks, Archer's Tempo, Rapid Hit, and the Masterwork, it's going to draw really, really fast. So that being said, let's head to Ada 1 and see what her frames are for the week. Alright, Guardians, so your weapon frames from Ada this week are going to be the Pulse Rifle frame, which is one that I still need, so any grinding chances I get outside of the bow. Do still want my good Blast Furnace, so this one is definitely a really solid one. Pretty amazing perk rolls you can get. You've got the Sword, same as last week, but apparently if you can get Surrounded Spec just smashed all over the place on this thing, it is a bit of a beast, so definitely can be beneficial. And the Auto Rifle frame is back once again. The Ringing Nail has some cool perks if you can get, I think it's Dragonfly and Feeding Frenzy or Rampage or something like that. If you can get those 2, like Dragonfly on there, alone, the curated roll on this auto rifle is really good. So Ringing Nail and the Blast Furnace are 2 that I would probably put over the Sword, just because I'm not huge on swords right now. But this Pulse Rifle is really, really solid, even on the questionable rolls that I have. If you can get the curated one, it's going to be pretty amazing. So maybe at some point I'll get it, but my luck has not served me well. But that is what I will be working on. Again, if you got some mod components or some shards and stuff you can blow, occasionally try and get yourself a couple of these Black Armory mods, so you've got a few of those as well. Final pieces of this, and we will get things going here to wrap this thing up. So Dreaming City and Tangled Shore, let's get to it. Alright, so here on Spider, you might be spending a little extra time here this week just because it is the Flashpoint. Your wanted bounty is going to be the Blood Cleaver. This is the one on IO. So Asher Mir in the flavor text will give you that one, usually just floating around in a lost sector somewhere. And remember, if you need enhancement cores for any specific reason, you can get these 6 if you want to grind these little bounties out as well. Also, if you have some legendary shards, pick up 1 or 2 of these enhancement cores just because they're usually reasonable price to pick them up here. And finally, let's wrap in the Dreaming City. Alright, so finally in the Dreaming City, we are on Curse Week 2, so Petra is right here in the Devilian Mist, which is nice. Your story mission is going to be the Oracle Engine with the 2 giant ogres at the end, and then your Ascendant Challenge is actually going to be right here in the Chamber of Starlight, and I will put a card link right up here at the top and also at the end for the Ascendant Challenge. So everything else pretty standard from Petra. You know, you've got your mission to pick up, you've got your daily bounties to do, you've got your Gateway Between Worlds and your Ascendant Challenge. So if you're looking for any of those guides, check out the channel, and I should have most of that up for you guys. But that pretty much covers it this week. Spend some time in Crucible, get the bow, just because you're only going to have a week to be able to get it, and then it will potentially be going away, but potentially also not coming back. I know Anthem comes live for some of you guys. If you're on console, you're waiting until next week, so you're not going to be quite overrun with that one. But if you guys haven't followed me yet, I'll be doing a lot of streaming this weekend between Crimson Days, PvP, maybe some Nightfall solos, things like that. Let me know if you guys have any questions as well for what's a build for Nightfall, what's a guide that I can do for you guys, and I'll also be playing a lot of Anthem and streaming that as well. So you guys can follow me on Twitch, on Twitter, it's Ebontis on both, and right here on YouTube. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like, leave a comment if you want to say hi, have questions, or anything like that, and hit that subscribe button. You guys have been awesome lately, 32,500, 600, whatever we're at now, and still going. So thank you for all the support. Keep it going. Drop a sub if you haven't yet, and I will keep the content coming to you. And thank you all very much for the support. It's been amazing, and I will see you guys in whatever video comes next. Enjoy your weekly grind. Enjoy Anthem if you're playing it soon, or Division 2, or whatever game you're having fun with. Honestly, there's so much to play out there. Just have fun, whatever you're playing. If you don't like something, I'm sure there's something else out there for you. So enjoy your gaming. I'll see you soon.